Hi Libra, how are you tonight? My name's Kim Rule and I am going to be doing a reading for Libra who are in relationships. This is going to be from the 1st to the 15th of October 2016. Now I have already dealt out my cards and laid them out in a relationship spread to make it a little bit more quicker. I'm using the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. I'm also using this time the True Love Reading cards by Belinda Grace. Now I've put one of each of those two decks of cards on top of one another to give more of a clarity in the positions that they come up in. There's also The Magical Mermaids and Dolphins by Doreen Virtue. Some more extra things for you to consider and guidance. And the Archangels is the Angels of Atlantis by Stuart Pearce. These are some guidance cards by the Archangels. They're a little bit dark to see in here. Yes, like I have said, I've already laid out the cards, and I have to say it's looking a little bit challenging for some people out there who are Librans, who are in relationships. Of course, it's either marriages, live-in partners, or I'd say fairly long-term dating situations you're with at the moment. There could be some challenges within this reading that I've done. If it doesn't resonate with you, then that's great. Then don't worry too much about it. But these cards have come out for people who are going through a few things at the moment and need some guidance. So keep that in mind. All right. So the first position we've got is the quadrant. So this is you. And we've got make the effort. Excuse me. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. That is that card. And the other card is intimacy. Intimacy. So I'll talk about the intimacy card first. What I'm getting from the angels is that you need to find more time to have intimacy with your partner. I feel like a few of you Librans are probably very busy with work, maybe other social occasions with friends especially. Sporting events, other entertainments you have in your life, creative things you're doing, social gatherings. You may not be spending as much time with your partner as you should be. You could be taking them for granted a little bit emotionally, especially if you've been together for some time. You know, we can get a little bit stuck. We just assume that our partner, isn't... we tend to not compensate as much as we should with our relationship. So that's something which needs to be considered, is that if you're not being, if you're not together as often as you should be, even if you're married, I mean, you could be, working a lot, or your partner could be, or you're both, and there's just, not enough time to spend just being together and being more intimate and talking, communicating. That's another thing I'm getting. There's not enough communication happening between the two of you at the moment. You probably haven't been out to dinner much lately. You need to bring back that romance into your relationship again. And that's what I get to with making the effort. Make the effort. People tend to get a bit set in their ways, don't they? And they don't realise that, some of the fun and passion has gone out of a relationship if they're busy with work and other activities. If you've got children, maybe they're taking up a lot of time. And yeah, you could be taking your partner for granted emotionally, in the sense that you just think, oh, well, they're okay, they accept how things are. But, this card's come out today to say that you do need to spend more time, just you two together, go out to dinner, go away on the weekend, organise a trip away. If you've got children, get babysitter over. We've got grandparents who can look after the children for a night or two, so that you can bring that passion back into your relationship, because I feel like some of you may be at that crossroads with your relationship at the moment. Now, position number 2 is the way you see the other person in the relationship. So this is how you see your partner. Now, we've got 2 cards. We've got the distorted feminine, and we've also got pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. I'll talk about this card first. If you're intuitively wondering if your partner is not listening to you, or there's not enough communication between the two of you, even if you're working a lot and that you don't have enough time, your intuition is coming through at the moment to say that, yeah, you need to show more of a commitment to the relationship, because, maybe they're pulling away because, maybe they're wondering if, there's enough love within the two of you anymore. That's what I see when I look at that card. So if you're getting some warnings through your intuition that things are not right, then you need to look at what's happening in your life and maybe making some changes so that you can, at least sit down and talk and find time to do just exciting, interesting things with one another. The distorted feminine. So this is how you see your partner. So if you're a Librian man, then your partner, will be the female, of course, unless you're a gay man, and your partner will be more feminine, maybe. But maybe they're feeling a bit codependent, or they're seeing you as codependent on them, and maybe that you expect a lot from them, but you're not really given as much to the relationship. Especially if they're working a lot and stuff like that. Maybe that when they come home and want some intimacy with you, you're pulling away. You need to probably step up a bit more and be more frank. Talk open up about your feelings, and don't just allow your partner to walk all over you if that's happening. You need to be honest, I feel, at times. Speak your truth and things like that, because I feel like some of you, one partner's dominant over the other one, could be happening quite a bit, or codependency, and it's affecting the relationship. The way they see themselves is the 3rd position. So this is how the partner sees themselves. We've got sexuality, and we've got past life relationship. You have known each other before. So maybe a partner feels like, you two have been in a previous life relationship. They may be rather intuitive themselves. yeah, so there could be a soulmate connection between the two of you. Now, we always assume with soulmates that will be together for life, but that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes they come in and out of one's life to help teach us lessons, and then we move on from one another. So, but there is definitely indicating in this card that you two have been together in at least one previous lifetime. And also how they see themselves as, you know, they're rather confident sexually. They can be rather flirtatious, broad-minded, spontaneous. Yeah, I suppose they like to look good and attractive around other people and you. Yeah, I just feel like they've got this air of sexual confidence about themselves, and they've probably tried a few things in their lifetime, maybe with you as well. Yeah, they see themselves as a very confident person sexually, and they probably, yeah, like to use their imagination quite a bit as well. The fourth position is what the person represents to you. Okay, so these could be a little bit challenging, these cards. We've got emotional freedom. And we've also got deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So that was, yeah, what the person represents to you. So, emotional freedom. Maybe some of you Librans want to get out of this relationship emotionally. Yeah, you're not feeling it anymore. Maybe the love isn't there as it used to be, and you may be disconnecting emotionally from your partner, and yeah, there's not enough communication, or you don't want to open up any about to them when it comes to you know, your feelings and any activities you're doing and stuff like that. And deception, is, like I said, has come out too. So maybe some of you are wondering if they're, you know, might be disloyal, or, you know, infidelity could be happening with your partner, or when I look at that card, I'm thinking it could be just not being honest with one another about your feelings. You know, if you're emotionally pulling away from one another, or one of you is, but you're pretending like everything is still rosy and, you know, everything's comfortable and content, then you're not being honest with yourself. So this card's come out today to say you really do need to have a good hard look at what's happening in your life, and use your intuition and start being honest about where this relationship is going. Is it the same as it used to be? Because I feel like in a few instances it's changed, but sometimes people don't even realise that their relationship has changed, because so many outside sources are preoccupying our time, like work and children and other commitments, that we don't realise that our relationship has taken a hit. So yeah, this card has come out to say that, you know, don't deceive yourself. If you think everything is still okay, it may not be. Excuse me. The fifth position is what you represent to them. First of all, we've got religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And sexual freedom. I'll do the sexual freedom card first. What you represent to them. I can see this in two different ways. First of all, maybe originally you might have been a person who opened your partner up to a more spontaneous sexual attitude towards life. Maybe they were more closed off sexually. And you help to help them to become more spontaneous and flirtatious around you. So that's one way of seeing that. But also maybe your partner is wanting sexual freedom from you too. If there's not enough intimacy in the relationship, sometimes people do look outside the relationship towards others, for love and companionship and that sort of thing. So keep that in mind. And religious factors. You may be religious yourself or have a strong belief in God, or you may be spiritually inclined. Might be one of the things that brought you two together in the first place. You might have met at church or a group gathering around religious stuff, functions and that sort of thing. It could have been like that. So you might have had that similar interest. Or one of you, or you would have anyway, I'd say, and it's been definitely a big part of your life. Obstacles within the relationship is number 6. And like I said, this is a bit of a challenge, this reading. So we've got love first, and then we've got retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Obstacles. Normally this would be a good card, but in the obstacles section it's saying that that the love there isn't quite the same as it used to be. One or both of you are pulling away emotionally from one another, or you've got doubts around the love, or your partner has, and there's just it doesn't feel like it used to. And retreats. Normally this card is about a couple retreating from the world and wanting to spend time together. And so I'd say this has been an obstacle. It's saying that you haven't had a lot of time for just one another, especially if you've been dating and you're not actually living together. Maybe you haven't been catching up as often as you would. And just going out to dinner and just enjoying each other's company. That's how I see that card quite often. But also being in the obstacles position, it's about maybe some of you or your partner are wanting to retreat from the relationship itself. Maybe considering separating from one another. Strengths within the relationship. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all, and worthiness. Okay. It is safe for you to love. So, a strength within the relationship, especially I'd say earlier on, there was definitely a lot of love there. I'd say previous relationships probably didn't go as well, and this one has probably taught you a lot about worthiness and safe and commitment, and just understanding that, you are a person who has a lot of love to give to someone else. Maybe your partner's helped you to open up and, show that more passionate side of you. And the worthiness card too. Just saying that strengths within the relationship. whatever happens at the end of the day with this relationship, understand that you are a worthy person, even if it should end up in a separation. You know, don't assume that you won't find love again. You've learnt a lot during this relationship with one another. So it's about being compassionate with oneself and understanding that you are a beautiful person. You've got a lot of love to give to other people, and a lot of wisdom would have come through to you from your intuition at the end of the day. Okay, so now we've got the possible outcome. And we've got boundaries is one card, and you deserve love. You are lovable. So, you know, it's a bit similar to It Is Safe for You to Love, as far as I'm concerned. Very similar card. Yeah, just understand that you are lovable, that you have a lot of love to give to people around you. Don't end up becoming emotionally lost and having regrets if this relationship should end. Try and take away positive things with in your memories, you know, of you know, the fantastic times you did have with one another, and that that there will be more love in your future. And boundaries, you know, with this card, I was looking at this card rather deeply before too. You will have to set some boundaries with any new partners in your future, or if you decide to stay with this one, them as well. You know, speak up and talk your truth. You communicate better, so that they know what's going on inside you. Yeah, so don't just keep it to yourself. As well as with yourself, going into, even if it's this relationship or another one in the future, you're going to have to look at yourself too and reevaluate your life and make sure that you don't allow life to take over and control you. You have to make sure you make room for a relationship. So don't always say to your partner or your lover, like, you know, I've got this work on and I've got that commitment. If you want a relationship, you've got to nurture it. So you have to put boundaries on other people and other activities at times. So don't, I mean, sure, we have to work, but try not to do too much overtime, things like that. Yeah, so it's all about consideration of the relationship before anything else. That could also be too, if you have children, and this does happen with couples, especially the mother. She may be so preoccupied with the children that she, doesn't have enough time to spend just, communicating and getting intimate with her partner. So, it's going to teach you to have more boundaries around your children, like, you know, having to communicate with them about, you know, if you want time to be just, you know, you and your partner, that they have to go to bed at a certain hour, or if you ask them to go and do an activity so you can have some time alone with your partner. So you have to be able to be precise and speak up and be assertive at times. Okay, so I did also some cards from the Door and Virtues, the Mermaids and Dolphins. And the first one is... Which one was it first? Yeah. We've got rest. You've been working hard. Take a nap and get some rest. Like I said, I feel like some of you Librans have probably been, working a lot. You might be doing a lot of overtime, weekend work, and it's probably been a big factor in your relationship where it's affected it in a negative way. A partner can feel like they're being emotionally neglected if you're always at work. It's one thing to make money and get ahead, but if at the end of the day, if you don't end up with your partner anymore, then, was it worth it? So this card has come out today to say that, you need to rest a bit more and, do activities away from work and, have more play days and stuff like that, recreational days, and A new dawn. The worst is now behind you and positive new experiences are on the horizon. Maybe some of you Librans are realising that you need to make some changes in your life so you don't lose your partner. And work a little bit less, get babysitting for the children, or not just always wanting to spend time with other friends. Some partners like to sit on the phone a lot and they've got, the husband in the other room watching TV because, they're not communicating. So this card has come out today to say that you need to really evaluate your life because things can change. You have to make the change though in a positive way. If you see this relationship as something that you want for a very long time. Alchemy. You have the Midas touch right now, and every project you begin turns to gold. So this card is saying that if you put a lot of effort in, you can make this relationship work. Anything is possible here. It really will depend on what you do. If you want to make the changes, it'll be a very long-lasting relationship. And there'll be a lot of love there. But if you don't, then it'll probably go the other way. Simplify your life. Eliminate clutter from your home and work life to balance the flow of activities. Like I've been saying, there's been too much working, I feel, with a few of you Librans, because that can be clutter. It's not necessarily always about belongings and furniture and things. It can be just putting too much of your creative power into one area of your life and neglecting other parts of it. So it's time to really evaluate your life and make some changes so that you enjoy life and life should be about fun and interesting things. It shouldn't always be about work. And worthiness has come out again. Know that you deserve to receive good in all ways. I feel like some of you have put so much effort into getting ahead in life and think that's the only way that other people will see you worthy is if your career's going really well and you're making reasonably amount of money and you've got a nice car, a nice house, but they're just things at the end of the day. That's not what really makes you worthy. So it's about really going inwards now and asking yourself what would it be that will make me feel fantastic and put a smile on my face and shine from the inside is what I'm getting from Spirit. Just bring that joy back into your life. And I pulled out two cards from the Archangels. And the first one is from Archangel Zapkiel, and it's compassion. You know, I feel like some of you Librans are probably a bit down at the moment, especially with yourself. And we can get into a rut where we don't even know, you know, what should we do next? What steps should we take? And so we just keep doing the same thing over and over. Scared of making changes, scared in case they don't work out. The compassion card has come out today to say that you need to lighten up with yourself a bit. And stop living in fear and finding negative aspects to concentrate on. You need to start focusing on what will really bring you happiness and joy in your life. And if you want this relationship to continue, to look at positive ways of change is what I'm getting. And the last card is Beginnings by Archangel Shamiel. So yes, I mean, this is a positive card. It's beginnings. New beginnings in your life will be starting. So if some of you feel like this relationship is good and over, and you can't see it getting any better, then there will be great change in this relationship. In the future. New beginnings, a new life. You might be living single for a while, but it's a positive thing. You know, a lot of growth would have been. You would have come through a lot of growth anyway, and wisdom over time anyway, even if you don't feel it at the moment. You always gain a lot of experience with people who come into your life, and it's interesting. For others of you, I do feel like your relationship will, if you both put the effort in and make the time for one another and don't take each other for granted, it's about giving and receiving within a relationship, emotionally, spiritually, physically. So if you start doing those things, then this relationship can feel like a brand new beginning again, like a second honeymoon. That sort of thing could happen. So it all will come down to how you feel about it. If you want to make a change for a positive new beginning with your partner, or if you decide to go your separate ways, and there'll be a beginning there separately from one another. Alright, well that was a relationship spread for Libra from the 1st to the 15th of October. Yes, it is a little bit challenging. I feel like a few of you are overworked, and you're emotionally pulled away from your partner, especially with the first card coming out, intimacy. You know, I feel like, there's not enough intimacy in the relationship. You're either tired, worn out of kids if you're at home, or if you're working a lot. And the cards come out to say make an effort. So you really do need to make an effort, otherwise it may end, unfortunately. All right, well, I will get back to Libra in the middle of the month. If you want to leave me comments, that's great. And have a nice October. Bye for now.